All right, so first topic today, dating baby mamas. And right up for my notes, all I got is dating baby mamas, single moms, gotta do better at selling yourself. And so for the past couple years on all platforms, we've seen a lot of different topics about don't date single moms this, don't date a baby mama that. And we all at this point we all understand the negative connotations that come with that. I don't need to repeat it, but we understand that you're taking on a huge package deal. There's a lot more risk going in, and there's a lot more responsibility that's required up front. And so any man that decides to go into that or not, that is not a measurement of if that's a real man or not. Because we've seen a lot of women try to say, "Oh, a real man would date a woman with five kids and five baby daddies," because that's what a real man would do. We're not doing that. A real man who has his own best interest at heart is gonna do what's best for him, and he's also gonna calculate stuff and see what he can or cannot deal with, and just off that evaluation alone go into a situation where he feels that maybe he can or cannot handle it, or maybe he does or does not want to put up with that situation. But we got to stop saying like a real man to do this. We got to stop defining real man and then putting it to like a real man has to overcome this huge obstacle or jump through all these hoops or perform a series of difficult tasks, because it I can imagine it might be very difficult to step in and play a father figure and kind of like jump right in the middle of a family that's already been started. A lot of baby mothers do not acknowledge this. Like it takes some sort of merit. It takes some sort of mental maturity and capability to just jump in the middle of a family that's already started. And because most new people, you start from scratch, you make the mistakes, you figure everything out on the way in. But with this, you kind of don't. So anyway, now aside from that, a lot of single mothers, you women do not sell yourselves. Um, uh, you guys don't sell yourselves greatly or nicely. I don't know how to word this. I don't know how to word this, but what I would say is and so I'm gonna sell single mothers for you guys, for you ladies, and you guys can take some of these talking points and the the main thing that I see all the time is with single mothers, they always talk about, oh, me and my kids are a package deal, blah blah blah. A package deal usually means there's some sort of deal or some sort of benefit, as opposed to like everything being sold separately. And we've heard the saying like, oh, that we know the package, but where's the deal? But so here is the deal that I think ladies should put on the forefront. Instead of saying like, oh, my kids come first, blah blah blah, a real man this, or just screeching or yelling out all these demands, because when you screech and yell, that turns a lot of men off. And but it's just how you present the package, because everybody has baggage. Once we all get to our late 20s and 30s and 40s and 50s, we all have some sort of baggage. But it's how you package and present that baggage that makes it sellable. Because people will buy it, but you got to dress it up a little bit nicely. You can't just, you can't just take a nice fancy car out the lot that's got dust and a rusted engine and flat tires and no oil and just be like, yep, here it is, package deal. Like, you got to at least sell it a little bit. So baby mamas, I'm finna show you guys. I'm gonna give you a quick rundown of some perks that I think would help you better when you're out there. Um, so, and I haven't heard this at all, so this is just me just rambling. But anyway, we'll get to it. I know y'all want to get to it, but so we'll get to it. With baby mamas, I think you ladies should lead with experience. Say, hey, you know what? I have a couple kids. I have experience with children. So that way, any man that dates you knows that, hey, your firstborn child, we don't have you don't have to worry about figuring stuff out because the children is already figured out because you've been through that. Lead with your experience first. Also, if you are a mother, you would have also experience in nurturing. So that nurturing, because you also nurtured your kids, uh you could also nurture the relationship a little bit better. You would have more patience, more understanding, more problem solving, more ability to turn chaos into peace, because we all know that them kids get to running around nothing but chaos. But a woman that has these kids should already have the skills to turn these chaos, lemmings into peaceful prophets in the future, I guess you could say. But anyway, lead with that. Lead with, hey, I have experience in this. I have more patience. I have more understanding. And sometimes us men, we could be big babies sometimes, but it's good to know that your woman would have that experience with you being a big baby at times. You want to be on a video game a lot of days. Cool. Her kids probably also going to be on video games all the days. You ain't got to worry about her yelling at you for being on a video game. But that's just another example of that. So I think women should lead more with that, like just their experience of child or problem solving. Kids come up with problems all the time. And all these things like problem solving, patience, uh, peacefulness, understanding, nurturing. These are all stuff that creates peace, which a lot of us men say that we do love. So I would say, ladies, lead with that, and don't lead with whatever else y'all been leading with in the past, because apparently that ain't been working out too much. But we'll keep we'll keep this kind of medium-ish. I was trying to keep it short, but we'll keep this medium-ish. But yeah, so do what I said now. Don't do what you've been doing, because what you've been doing, ladies, it ain't really. It's not like sell it, make it make sense. Make it at least sound nice. Disclaimer: this advice does not apply to women with bad kids. If you got bad unruly kids, then this don't apply to you, because there's no perks of unruly kids and a dysfunctional household.